My boyfriend falsely promised me marriage so we could live together and constantly delayed our engagement. Now he's crushed that I treat him like a stranger. My boyfriend Alan and I have been together for 5 years. We talked about marriage since the second year. We put all our cards on the table, including deal breakers and expectations. We agreed to move in together on the condition of getting engaged. He told me that he would propose before the end of the year. My family was dead set against it, saying that moving in together without a ring was risky. I paid no mind and went ahead. It's been over 2 years. No engagement, no proposal, and no ring. In the meantime, I've kept my promise to be there for him as a partner. He lost his job, and I took on some extra work to cover all our bills. He found a new job, and I coached him through problems with his new boss. His family has a history of conflict and continually creates bad situations for themselves, and I've done my best to help him navigate their issues without being too judgmental, because at the end of the day, it affects him. I've asked him about our engagement so many times that I feel like I'm begging. He has been vague and has asked to defer our conversation to another day because he's tired, claiming that wedding plans would be exhausting. I've been direct, asking if he has changed his mind. I need clarity because he repeatedly said otherwise before we rented a place, and I need to know where I stand. I'm not presumptuous. I don't need a flashy, expensive ring. I just need to know that he meant his promise. We tried this conversation again, and he took it lightly. I tried again days later, and he looked annoyed when I was just asking for a clear answer. He has postponed the proposal without a clear reason. What bothers me is that he was more open to it back when he felt vulnerable. I don't want to be with a man who will only mention marriage out of survival, and I told him so. A few weeks ago, I asked him again because I can't deal with monosyllables, changing the subject, and the general limbo. He snapped at me, saying that a relationship is much more than a wedding and that I'm pressuring him. I swallowed my pride and reminded him that I love him and that spending the rest of our lives together is all I want. He softened, asking me to please understand that he loves me but that pressing the issue hurts our relationship. I asked if that meant a no, and he said he never said that. I feel like a second-class person in his life, and I don't understand how he can love me and ruin my trust. I discovered he won't buy me a ring but put $1,500 toward his younger brother's 30th birthday celebration, all while I'm covering a bit over 60% of our expenses. I confronted him directly, and he looked as if he didn't know what to say. I cried because he has changed so much that his efforts to help me celebrate my birthdays have become half-hearted. He's spending money he can't afford, but I had to buy my own Sara Lee cake while trying not to make him self-conscious about spending. After feeling crushed and convinced that he lied to me, I decided to move out. Our lease ends on May 30th, and I told him that I'm leaving. He asked me many times if I was 100% sure this is what I wanted, and I told him I have no choice because he has walked all over my dignity. I'm sleeping on the sofa because seeing him hurts a lot. He has tried to talk, but I'm afraid this will turn into another 2 years of me pouring myself into his needs while he just keeps stringing me along. He asked if we could at least talk to the landlord and see if we could get a 3-month extension, but I declined. He freaked out because his joint custody agreement requires he have a place of his own. His ex refuses to allow their kids to spend extended periods with his family. I told him I'm sorry, but he needs to find his own solution. I'm leaving on Monday to stay with a friend. I don't care if I still have to pay my share of the rent. I just don't want to see him. He came into the living room wanting to talk and asked me if I would be comfortable moving on to someone else. I refused to answer and have been short with him because there's no way I can forgive him. To be fair, he looks emotionally disturbed by my decision. I've blocked his entire family, and when he found out, I told him I no longer have any obligations toward anyone on his side. He wanted to talk about our relationship, and I asked him not to interact because it makes me want to cry. Last night, he went to sleep on the futon next to where I'm sleeping, saying he just wants to stay close because he will be crushed once I'm gone. I asked him to please go to the bedroom or I would have to stay in a hotel. He says he understands my point of view but that I'm treating him badly. Am I the a-hole?